Heyo, what's up? Today we are drawing hands. I wanted to catch up on my hand practice, and I'm pretty sure some of you needed to. Some of you probably clicked on this, wanted to figure out how to draw hands, because some of you may think, oh, it's just like, oh, you draw a square and then you draw like the fingers and then, whoa, it's good. No, idiot. Doinkus. There's more to it than that. So I went ahead and I got some refs here. I got an open hand, I got an open hand the other way, and I got fists both ways. I got closed hands because I wanted to draw all four of them to, I guess, just get the four basic hand positions. There's more to it. You can do like a thumbs up, you could do like a middle finger. If you want me to do some of those, I guess just leave a comment below, but either way, let's get into it. Okay, so to start off here, I'm gonna do the open hand. What I usually do is I do like a pentagon, kind of like so. I do the pentagon to have like where the thumb will be, because the thumb will go here-ish, and then you can draw the base of the thumb like that. I usually do kind of like an egg, kind of like an almond with a point right there. The index finger I put on this side, right around here. I also just want to point out, despite my intro, this is not a surefire way on how to do it. This is purely just showing you my own way. Art is, again, entirely subjective. You can find your own way to draw hands. This is more or less just how I do it myself. I've kind of just drawn hands for a long while, so this is just how I've learned to do it. So anyway, I do the three fingers on this end, and the pinky kind of goes on this little corner here for me, so that it kind of has more wiggle room to go outwards like so. You can also take notice how I'm kind of just drawing the fingers as like a single shape. You don't have to do that. You can segment them out and, you know, have each of them, you know, digited and whatnot, kind of like how an actual finger would be. But personally, I've learned to just do it like this so that I can have the proportions down, and then I can just come in and do this. But frankly, you don't have to do this at all. You can just do the whole finger. You can do segmented, whatever is comfortable for you. But the important thing, I'd say, is to just kinda get the basic shape down and decide where your digits are gonna go and how they're gonna be splayed. See here, we can even do some creases in the hand, because another layer I forgot to do, sometimes you can do this, I've kind of just phased this out of my drawing style. You can segment it as like kind of a trapezoid here, where like these are the base of the fingers, and then that could just be like further segmentation to get your hand more down precise, in case you're wanting to do like shading on your drawing or whatnot. Alright, I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit here and say that this one is pretty a-okay. I'm just kind of throwing these out real quick. I'm not wanting to spend a whole year and a half doing these hands. I just want to get some quick practice down more than anything. Alright, next we're gonna do the open hand from the back side. So I'm gonna do it as if it's the same hand, so the thumb will be on this side, not this side like the ref. So we're not gonna go 100% like the ref would. References are more than okay to use, but personally I always say to train your imagination, because I feel like that could take you way farther than any reference ever could with your ideas. Alright, see, even though it's the back of the hand, I'm gonna do the base of the thumb here so that I have a firm idea of where the thumb is going to go. Because otherwise you might have a thumb that's too thick or maybe even too thin if you're trying to draw it out. So don't be afraid to draw things out in the basic shapes and the rough sketches. You can erase it all once you're done and make it look way cleaner after the fact. Yeah, see, I'm going to finish these up and think to myself, these fingers here look a little long, so if you make mistakes like this, it's okay. Don't be afraid to shorten or lengthen your fingers as you see fit. If only it was this easy in real life, you can reach so many things. I have small hands for my size, so if I could actually have, like, just a little bit bigger of hands, not too big that I can't fit inside a Pringles can anymore, but I want to be able to, like, I don't know, maybe actually carry a container or a tub with one hand. Alright, so since they're going to be visible, I'm going to go ahead, draw fingernails in. Again, none of this has to be super duper precise. You can go in and change whatever you see fit afterwards. The important thing is that you get something down on paper. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that one came out alright. Could have been a little better, but it could have also been way worse, so, you know, small victories. You gotta afford them. You gotta afford yourself the little victories every now and then. You know, it's the little things. Alrighty, by 2 sketches in, I'm pretty sure you get the gist now. It's kinda simple. I made it sound like a big deal, but it really is, at least for my style. You do the pentagon, and then you do the fingers after that. So long as you have your pentagon and your little almond shape here, you frankly should be able to draw whatever hand position you want, given enough time and practice, so I wouldn't worry too much, even after watching this. Just give it time, give it energy, and give it some patience, and you should be able to draw hands however you see fit, however you want to. Again, make sure that the index finger is on this little side of the pentagon here. Make sure it has its own little space to roam free. Draw the little thumb crease here, give us a better reference point. Now, from then on, the rest of the fingers should come just a little bit easier. You're just looking at a bunch of ovals here. You're looking at ovals lined up in a row, and you call this a fist. Alrighty. I say after all of that, we got ourselves a fist here. Not bad, not bad. Could be better, could be worse, you know. That's what That's what drawing is all about. It's about repeatedly doing it and repeatedly getting better. And if you happen to spot something like this, like I forgot the thumbnail here, even if you say it's done, there's nothing wrong with going back and fixing up a couple things here and there, and then calling it done. Alright, lastly here is probably going to be the easiest one. It's the back of a closed fist. It's going to be mostly the pentagon. We're gonna draw that out here. Draw the base of our thumb. Nice little almond shape. Gonna point the thumb inwards. Have nice grippy shape. And then afterwards, you're just gonna do a few bumps. Now, it's certainly not as simple as that. You can keep adding to it to give it more shape. I'd say when it comes to a fist, especially ones like this, the more definition you have to it, the more that it implies that they are gripping. I guess the more definition, the tighter the grip is kind of the idea that I'm trying to give across here. I feel like with that, we've got a pretty nice and easy closed fist here. Got ourselves some nice sketches here, I'd say. Alrighty, and with that, I hope that more or less got across the idea of at least how I draw hands. It's not that hard, but it's not that simple either. It definitely takes a lot of practice, a lot of trial and error, and I would say a lot of experimentation. So keep at it, keep drawing those hands, those little grabbies, and I think you'll do fine. Keep at it. Okay, bye.